Hey everybody, all you loyal subscribers, I've got some good news for you, I've got some bad news for you, but it's all good in the end because whatever's bad, we make a positive out of it. May as well stay positive as much as possible. Sometimes it's hard, but you just got to get your head around it. So what this video is about, it's about 120 Prado 1kd-ftv diesel engines. What do you do if you sort of got on the bus late and you're up the back and you haven't had any time to do any reading or maybe watch any videos on 4x4 diesel and you missed the info and you've got either a blocked oil pickup and your engine's cactus, or perhaps you know, it's got the old flogged injectors in it and it's got a cracked piston, or it's got a chip, or it's got a tune or a remap, and you've missed all this information. We highly recommend only genuine parts and the original genuine tune, no chips, anything like that. And of course our maintenance program, which can be found by watching all the videos on 4x4 diesel. If you watch some of them, you'll get part of the maintenance program. If you watch all of them, you'll really get to know me. Anyway, you can no longer buy a brand new genuine long motor for a 120 Prado, at least in Australia. So what I'm interested in, if there's any viewers still that are outside of Australia, do you mind contacting your local Toyota dealership and ask, can I buy a long motor still? Is it available? So for many years now, not that we see many because we're more of the preventative maintenance on this vehicle rather than the repairs, but we're here to make sure the repairs get done right as well. So obviously in recent years we've done some upgrades to help make that happen, since all the rebuilds, just like the rebuilt injectors, the other brand injectors, the rebuilt engines, the rebuilt this, that and the other, you know, they're just not as good. To put it nicely, they're not as good as a new one. Okay, so let's not even go into why. We could just go on about that for ages. But the point is, so what are you going to do if you can't go to a Toyota dealership and purchase a long motor? What are you going to do? Well, one of the things you can do is you can come to Anthony Prado Forby. That's 4x4 diesel. That's the Prado Hospital. We can still supply a brand new long motor for you that suits a 120 Prado, and it's actually better than the one you could purchase directly from Toyota when they were supplying them, because long story short, there's some different part numbers. I'm not sure if they even know what all the differences are, but long story short, we will make the modifications to the engine without only minor works that we're very experienced at and know how to do it exactly how factory does it and puts it back together to make the 120 engines suit you. Brand new 120 engines still available only through 4x4 diesel, the Prado Hospital, but you need to be subscribed with the bell on. You need to be on the Prado Hospital Facebook page. This is only for people in Australia. Obviously we're in Victoria. We can possibly ship it across, you know, Australia anywhere. There's going to be a cost to that. Pickup's a good option. We do keep them in stock. Obviously some of the engines we've got to do the modifications to make it suit the 120 Prado with only brand new genuine parts installed as per genuine specifications, just like it was built in Japan, because it is built in Japan. It's the only way to go. It's the best value for money. For a fair while, for a long time, let's go back 5 years, these engines, they retailed for about 10 grand. They were about 10 or 11 grand. Over recent, say the last 5 years or so, maybe a bit longer, they've slowly put the price up 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I don't know, last time I checked the price, I think it was getting around the 13, 14, it was headed north pretty quickly anyway. Price rises of $1,000, which sort of tells me they're getting low on stock, or they're getting sick of supplying these engines. Maybe they've got other newer engines, newer parts, other cars they want to concentrate on, and they're limited in resources like every business and everything, you know how it is. So they need to sort of, in Australia, they only need to supply parts for 10 years. So obviously 120s in Australia finished in 2009. So that means anything from 2019, we're lucky we got any supply, but it's not available anymore. My point is, the price just kept going up. The good news is we've managed to keep the price down. Obviously, the quantities of engines we go through, we get some pretty good pricing, and we have found some suppliers that show some compassion and try and do things at discounted prices as we do. So we're buying engines at the right price, we're buying the parts we need to do the modifications at the right price, as much as I can say, you know, a fair price, whatever. Of course, we've got to put time into it. Time is money, so we do need to make a markup, but it's a small markup relative compared to, you know, I'd say rebuilt engines or how much they were before. You know, you'll just get better engines cheaper. So I think that's enough about the engines. The other thing I wanted to mention, there's other parts like that as well. For example, and I can't supply these, but you know, for example, these plastic things, they get all old and brittle from the heat, so just be careful of those, that you don't break them, because you can't buy them anymore. I think currently one side's available, not the other. I'm not sure if it's this side or the other side. I've got a couple in stock for the absolute VIP of the VIPs. I've got to keep one spare set for this vehicle because this is the absolute chariot. They've been replaced, as you can see, nice and tight. A lot of things been replaced on this engine bay because that's how we roll. We want to keep it on the road as long as possible, even though some of the changes that are coming in might sort of make that a little bit difficult for us, but we'll see how that all goes. It's going to be what it's going to be, that's for sure. I hope you're awake and you know what I'm talking about. You know the 20-year plan, you know about the 20-year plan and maybe the 40-year plan, something like that. If you know more about it than me, put in the comments what you know. Okay, so there's components like that we've got minimal of, so I'm not saying we can supply that. There's another component that it's very rare, just like a cracked piston, and that's the fuel transfer unit. It's not the pump that fails, it can be other components, but the way to solve the problem when you're having the fuel transfer problem, you can buy the transfer unit from the Toyota dealer, or you can support us and get it through us for the 150 Prado, but we can also supply it for the 120. So same thing happened with that component for the 120 Prado, one of these vehicles. They were about, you know, they were sort of about 700, 800, 900, 1100, 1200, 1500, 2000, and it just went, obviously. And look, I don't know if they, I think they don't have them available anymore. I'm going by customers contacting me saying, hey, I can't get this anymore. Like, hey, I can't get these engines. Hey, I can't get, you know, and I can say, well, hey, I can. And once again, we make the modifications necessary to make it available and make it suitable with genuine parts only, exactly how it would be done in the factory. It's a simple modification, really. There's a bit of work involved on both of those, so it adds to the price a little bit because we've got to buy those components, but it works out a lot cheaper. I'll give you an example. If you want to get the fuel transfer unit from me, it's $13.20 delivered to your door. Okay, so that's delivered to your door, ready to go on a 120. Cheaper on the 150, but on the 120, yes, we have it available. $13.20 delivered to your door anywhere in Australia. Okay, depending when you see this video, we're currently probably closed when this video comes out. Maybe if it's in July or August, because sometime in July and early August, we're doing a little trip, right? So stay tuned on the Prado Hospital Facebook page for when we say we're coming back on deck, because guess what? Text messages, you'll just get, you know, doing it at the wrong time, it's not going to work out for you. There's a whole heap of Facebook groups we got there, so you can, the old page on the wall. I don't know how old this one is, but there you go, right? So we don't use Messenger, so don't bother with that. We've got the Prado Hospital Facebook page at the top there. Some other information for you. Monday morning, 7:30 AM, as soon as you can, so as close as possible, 7:30 AM Melbourne time, text message to purchase parts kits or to book into the Prado Hospital, and then you'll be replied to and given a time to follow up if you don't get a booking then. We're part-time, so we're not doing 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's a part-time thing, so just beware. We can only help the people that watch the videos, that get to know me, that understand how I roll. Okay, it's not text me, it's not a tech hotline. That's what the Facebook groups are for. Let's get down to those. Facebook groups, Oz Prado Crew, Oz Hilux Crew, if you're in Australia, they're your kind of main groups, if you like. If you want to specifically chase injectors and engine information, there's a group for that. The other 4 engines, there's groups for that. There's 4x4 Diesel and 4x4 Adventures, same as our YouTube channels, which I suggest you subscribe on both. Hang around, get to know me, gather information. VIP group, that's for clients, as it says, clients only. And then the gold class, and that's all to do with the cracked piston and getting one of those 120 or 150 engines really cheap. And just at the end here, I just want to add in there is someone that's contributing $50 every 2 weeks. It's been going on for some time now. So you know what? If he cracks a piston tomorrow, he's going to get a free engine installed in his vehicle, no questions asked. The only thing that he might have to pay for is some optional extras, and it looks like he's doing a fair bit of maintenance, so there's not going to be a lot there either. But the engine and the labour would be covered 100% because of the amount of his contributions, and it's continuing. Most of the money will probably get used to help other people, so that's very kind and generous of him being so considerate, but he's got his own butt covered as well, right? So if you want to get to know me, there's the information. Mate, I'm on holidays at the moment now, so just thought I'd add a bit more information there. It's not a phone, don't bother ringing. It's a text message service. Bada bing, catch you on the next video. See ya.